world fights this COVID-19 pandemic, it looks towards its grave and uncertain future. Entire economies collapsing, millions going hungry, a quarter of the population being affected by the virus. What outcomes in the future to come can be expected by this? Towards the vaccine, there is still an issue almost everyone is neglecting, a day-by-day exacerbating climate, one of our top concerns. In this video, we are gonna talk about two of our major global environmental as well as social problems, and also about Amazon forest wildfires, again a tropical rainforest exploited time by time by autocratic bureaucrats. Africa, a continent which was exploited for centuries in the past by monolithic colonial rulers and which is being exploited even today by superpowers.
The lack of water is often an insurmountable obstacle to helping oneself. You can't grow food, you can't build housing, you can't stay healthy, you can't stay in school, and you can't keep working. As of 2006, 1/3 of all nations suffered from clean water scarcity. But Sub-Saharan Africa had the largest number of water-stressed countries of any other place on the planet. It is estimated 800 million people who live in Africa, 300 million people live in a water-stressed environment. According to findings presented at the 2012 Conference on Water Scarcity in Africa, Issues and Challenges, it is estimated that by 2030, 75 million to 250 million people in Africa will be living in areas of high water stress, which will likely displace anywhere between 24 million and 700 million people as conditions become increasingly unlivable. For women and children especially, this crisis is real. It affects every minute of the day. With unclean water sources, often miles from villages, many of the able-bodied men of the community have to spend hours each day in simply finding and transporting water. Imagine how demanding it would be to carry the equivalent of a 5-year-old child for 3 hours out of each day. Some women carry even more, up to 70 pounds in a barrel carried on the back. The United Nations estimates that the Sub-Saharan Africa alone loses 40 billion hours per year collecting water. That's the same as a whole year's worth of labor by France's entire workforce. This is much valuable time wasted of millions of able people. The hours lost to gathering water are often the difference between time to do a trade and earn a living and not. Just think of all the things you would miss if you had to take 3 hours out of each day to get water. The social and economic effects caused by a lack of clean water are often the highest priorities of African communities when they speak of their own development. The World Health Organization has shown this in economic terms. For every $1 invested in water and sanitation, there is an economic return of between $3 and $34. Just think if India still had accessible water resources in metropolis cities as a priority in its annual development model. All of us would still be living the life of cavemen. This should never be a problem in any place in the world. But still, this is a recurring issue in many parts of the world, like Africa and the rural parts of India too. Not having easy access to water is like denying a person of his choice on how to utilize his or her time. It is a violation of a very basic human right. And this is because the people from different countries exploit the abundance of the African resources. So, when the people of those countries live with luxury with the resources brought from African countries, the natives of Africa are suffering from poverty, thirst and hunger. This situation is completely against humanity. We need to rise up to be the creatures that God intended us to be and care for each other, removing greed from our mind.
Amazon forest fire. Amazon forest is spread across 9 different countries: Brazil, Bolivia, Ecuador, Guyana, Peru, French Guiana, Colombia, Venezuela, and Suriname. Covering most of its part in Brazil, it is responsible for 80% of food items that we consume every day. Also,
It is home to several groups of people and biodiversity. But most importantly, it is referred to as the lungs of planet Earth, as it absorbs large amount of carbon dioxide and releases oxygen. According to the facts, it produces more than 20% of world's oxygen. Unfortunately, every year, the Amazon tends to fall prey to wildfires in a large amount during the dry season. According to the reports from NASA, 2019 was the worst year affected by the Amazon forest fires at an alarming rate. Also, reports from National Institute for Space Research have said that there have been more than 72,000 fires since January 2019. But what's the reason behind fires? So we all know the Amazon is known for its climatic conditions that are suitable for farming. And to clear out the land for farming, deforestation is caused at alarming rate. It can be done by cattle rearing, logging of trees, or worst, burning down the trees, which are nature's gift, ultimately resulting in wildfire. According to the Brazilian government, around 7,900 square kilometers of the Amazon rainforest has been removed so far in the name of development. Therefore, the reason behind this widespread fire is none other than us, the humans itself. If these trends continue, a once tropical Amazon rainforest may transform into dry savanna. Continuous harm to the environment will soon leave a massive impact on our health and ecological balance. So now is the time to save the Amazon and our planet. Imagine a man without lungs. Imagine Earth without the Amazon. Just think about it.
Solutions for water scarcity. 1. Save water whenever possible. This could mean limiting the use of water, the use of washing machines, taking short showers instead of full baths. You should also try to convince a family to save water. Save it whenever and wherever possible. Second, education. By educating those who are not dealing with water scarcity, they can be in a position to help. Those who are dealing with it can get educated on how they can prevent the problem from becoming even worse in future. Third, recycle water. There are plenty of technologies available that allow you to recycle rainwater and other water that may be used in your house. Not only does it help to prevent scarcity, but it can also save your money as well. Fourth, improve practices related to farming. Farming and irrigation are often when it comes to water scarcity. Because of that, we need to improve particles so that we don't use as much water and those who are using water are using it to its fullest potential. Less use of chemicals in farming. At present, excessive levels of chemical fertilizers and pesticides are used to maximize crop yields. However, it leads to a serious soil pollution, which in turn translates into groundwater pollution and contribute to water scarcity. Sixth, improve sewage systems. Without a proper sanitization, the water in an area becomes ridden with diseases and any number of other problems. By improving the sewage systems in an area, we can prevent water scarcity from becoming more and more worse. Seventh, better water distribution infrastructure. Many people worldwide are still not connected to the public infrastructure. These people are at high risk to suffer from severe water shortages. By connecting these people to the public water supply, water scarcity risk could be greatly reduced. Eighth, support clean water initiatives. Organizations located all over the world are looking to bring clean water to areas that don't have it. Donating to these organizations, there are a lot of things that we need to consider when looking at water scarcity and how to deal with it. We are going to be at a much better place if we help people all over the world and prevent this issue from getting worse. As the ocean dries up in Africa, the fires in the earth's lung also threaten to burn humankind's greed. The solutions for the forest fire are: never leave fires unattended. Even pouring a little water can go a long way in terms of reducing damage by forest fire. The wind direction and speed can also be helpful for the locals to predict the direction of the speed of the fire. The people living near forest should be well informed about its methodology. All the people who are posted near forest should always have a fire extinguisher ready. Like the proverb says, prevention is always better than cure. Most forest fires are caused due to irresponsibility through cigarette butts. So, everyone who smokes in a forest should dispose of it responsibly. Many campers also leave an area of burned fields from campfires. Everyone who participates in the activity should clear the area completely to avoid forest fires. The responsible authorities should be called immediately if you see anything suspicious so that action can be taken at the earliest. In the fight against these problems, the contribution of even one person counts. As the poem by Julia Abigail Fletcher Carney goes, little drops of water, little grains of sand make the mighty ocean and the pleasant land.
As the COVID-19 pandemic is wreaking havoc in countries across the globe, it has also impacted the environment in an intriguing way. This is clearly Mother Nature's message for us to correct our ways and to stop the exploitation of our resources. It also symbolizes that the earth is better off without the current evolved mankind. But how sustainable is this positive effect on the long term? We have transcended the boundaries of our planet Earth. Today, we are making uncontrolled production of luxurious goods and nuclear weapons which are not even being utilized. We are producing food supplies in an uncontrolled manner which are only available to the upper and middle classes with more than they want, while the poor remain starved. The heap of our wastes is just getting bigger and bigger. The question is not what do we want to become, but what do we want to want? 70,000 years ago, Homo sapiens was still an insignificant creature minding its own business in a corner of Africa. In the following millennia to come, it transformed itself into the master of the entire planet and the terror of the ecosystem. We are more powerful than ever before, but have very little idea what to do with all that power. Self-made gods with only the laws of physics to keep us company, we are accountable to no one. We are consequently wreaking havoc on our fellow animals for our own comfort and amusement, yet never finding satisfaction. Is there anything more dangerous than dissatisfied and irresponsible gods who don't even know what they want?
I would like to thank Sister Renuka and the school management for giving us such a lovely opportunity to showcase our creativity and talents. Hope you liked the video. Also, don't forget to like, share and click the subscribe button so that you are notified every time we post another video. Thank you for watching and also stay home, stay safe.